guys, happy Halloween or spoopy month or whatever. Listen, we're trying to resurrect Metal Hog from the dead. So maybe it's not the best time to watch a gaming corner right now, okay? I don't know, V-Boy, maybe it's the fact that my good friend is stuck in a lifeless void and just knowing that eats me up inside. You ever think about that? What? No. What, me? Never. What? I would never do. Wow, V-Boy. Wow. Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. Is Luigi the human sacrifice? Either way, why are we using his blood? So?
Oh no!
That's really stupid.
Oh yeah.
On God.
Yeah, I know, it doesn't make sense, but we're like a week late with this video. Can you just fucking do the review, please? God damn. Well then, I guess let's get started with Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS! That was gay.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
If you haven't already, please check out the remaster I did on the original game, since I go into more details about the base game in that one. Please. I need the views! The story itself is literally the same as the original. Mario goes to the mansion, gets raped by the 7 deadly sins, and Luigi has to traverse the mansion to save him. But like, I wasn't expecting much. It's not like they were gonna add any mind-bending story tidbits that change the lore all that much. Oh. Well, let me check that off the list. So Professor Egad sorta just calls himself in the past, splooges his green cum, and forces Luigi to lay with it. Like, okay, I know this is just a justification for the second character for multiplayer, but this has major implications that Egad kinda just knew that the events of Luigi's Mansion 3 were gonna happen, and he was preparing for it. But because he was so lazy to do it, he forced himself to do it, but earlier? Putting that Doctor Who type shit to the side, the story is relatively the same. The design changes, however, although very minor, are extremely welcome. The biggest design change is that the gallery itself is less Victorian art museum and more e-girl rape dungeon. But in the context of Egad's lab, I actually quite like the redesign. It actually feels like an additional room rather than a completely different place. Not to mention, the room allows you to see all the paintings head on, so you don't have to play a guessing game of which painting is which. The paintings themselves make way more sense based on their rankings, with a bronze painting being a crude rendition, while the gold frame is a beautiful art piece. You can also view all of the ghost, mansion rankings, and booze in the next room, making replaying the game extremely easier to keep track of completion-wise. They also redesigned the menus of the game for the touchscreen, and it makes it way more convenient to look at all your collectibles. Personally, all of the UI changes in this game are extremely welcomed redesigns. The gameplay itself has the same aspects, but the controls had to be heavily changed for the 3DS hardware. You see, I played this game on an original 3DS because I don't own the new model, so I basically had to play the game without a right stick and the ZR and ZL triggers. But to be honest, the gyro on the 3DS makes this game playable to almost the same exact extent as the original. The only complaint I would have is sometimes you have to recalibrate Luigi due to him looking up or down, but one thing I do like is that they map the A button to the freeform and sidestep switcher. So all you have to do is hold down the button, and then you play the mode you want to play for a bit, and then switch back, which was really annoying in the original because you had to pause and literally go through the menu. Like, who the fuck wants to do that? Mormons? And if you weren't a fan of how shitty the flashlight was in the first game, you can switch to the vastly superior strobe light, which actually, you know, works. This game actually elegantly fixes problems that the original game has without dwelling on them to the point of annoyance. But hey, if you want to make the game actually annoying, just play in multiplayer mode. Like, fuck, what is that frame rate? Imagine if all my videos look like this. Would you even watch them? The game also added achievements that the more you collect, the better the statue in the gallery becomes, making it way more fun to replay. But I feel some of these achievements are too easy. Okay. And one of my favorite additions, the hidden mansion from the remake, actually makes the game harder. So it's also a reason to play if you're a veteran like me. Especially since they added a platinum rank for all of the bosses, which in turn makes the bosses even harder to complete if you want to go 100%. Which means I gotta get platinum on... Okay, moving on to Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Or 2. Okay, small side tangent. Why the fuck did they call this Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon here in the States, but named it Luigi's Mansion 2 everywhere else? Like, it literally makes more sense to just number them. But whatever. After escaping the clutches of Professor Egad, King Boo breaks the Dark Moon into separate pieces, which causes all the ghosts to go sicko mode and act crazy. Cut to Luigi in the C-rank house, which is actually good continuity, but fuck you, I got S-rank. And Professor Egad forcefully removes Luigi from the safety of his own home. Damn, Egad really doesn't like asking Luigi for consent. After getting to his rape dungeon, lab. He tasks you with going to the mansion and retrieving the Dark Moon pieces from each mansion, which, yeah, there's 5. Now, design-wise, in my opinion, this new style of Luigi's Mansion 2 isn't my cup of tea. It's just so overly cartoony and simplified than the original, and you can definitely see that when you observe the game in cutscenes. The original synth music has also been replaced by a fully orchestrated soundtrack as well, which, don't get me wrong, isn't a bad soundtrack by any means, but it's very forgettable compared to the creativeness of the original soundtrack. I think the best analogy to describe these games' designs is that Luigi's Mansion is like Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Dark Moon is more like Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is more or less a goofy show that centers around mysteries with a spooky theme, but Courage, even though it was wacky and funny most of the time, had a level of horror that I still can't get out of my subconscious.
Stupid dog! You made me look bad!
Which, even though both are good shows, gives Courage a way more interesting look and feel compared to Scooby-Doo, which is the same feeling I have with Luigi's Mansion versus the sequel. But you know what? Since we're on the topic of dogs, I have to say this. Look at the little precious boy! Fuck alive, dogs! Dead dogs are the best! Oh, look at the little boy! Look at the little eyes! What? No, that's not what I'm saying. This game does have some good design. I love the way the models of the characters are very animated and have a lot of personality. The multiple mansions, although I'm not the biggest fan of, creates a lot of interesting locations, and the dual screen ringtone was my actual ringtone for 6 years.
Today's topic is autism spectrum disorder.
The gameplay, on the other hand, is entirely different from the first game. Dark Moon is separated into 5 missions each mansion, with a boss battle and boo rush for each. Each mission is ranked by time cleared, health lost, and money earned. The missions are also very linear compared to Luigi's Mansion, having to complete each objective in order to proceed. Now, this makes sense since it was released on a console for little babies with no attention span, but when it comes to people above the age of 10, this becomes stale very fucking quickly. Especially with the fact that each mansion has at least one fucking toad trailing mission! Whoever created this needs their sperm redacted. Luigi, although has some changed controls, has his basic moveset, with the newly added strobe light, as well as a new mechanic called the Dark Light, which is used to find objects hidden by black balls? Wouldn't want to use that dark light on my bedroom, I'll tell you that. Since there was no new 3DS when this game came out, the vacuum is controlled by a mixture of B and X for down and up, with some gyro to make it a little smoother. And honestly, it works pretty good. Why do people hate gyro control so much? It actually improves a lot of the titles it's in. can also pay for upgrades to your equipment like longer dark light and suck boost upgrades. Money in this game, however, has been simplified to only bills, gold coins, and gold bars, which in general makes treasure hunting in this game a little boring. Not to mention that the elemental abilities are gone, so you can't even water a plant or something to get some coins. Each mansion also has a set of jewels to collect, and boos in each mission that act as the only collectibles for completion. My problem with the jewels though is most of them are seeable in other missions, but you can't collect them just for the fact that it's not supposed to be collected in that mission. Why would you even show us stuff to collect if we can't even interact with it in that specific mission? What if you see a gem in a later mission and just assume that you can't collect it, so you just walk right by it? It's just not that great game design wise, especially since for most of these gems, players will most likely have to replay the 20 to 30 minute missions all over again just for one shitty gem. And when you collect them all, you get a shitty crystal statue or whatever. The boos, on the other hand, are only found by dark lighting a specific hidden item within a mansion's mission. This is actually a genuinely good collectible due to the fact that it's basically making you play I Spy with what's missing in the mansion. And it's honestly quite clever due to the fact that boos are very mischievous in nature. So hiding random things in the mansion doesn't seem very far-fetched, to be honest. Collect all 5 boos in each mansion to open up a ghost rush level in each one. And now to talk about the portrait ghosts. Yeah, there are none. Really? You introduced the concept of different mansions, but not different residents in each mansion? The portrait ghosts were what gave the mansion life, pun intended. They were interesting people with developed lives that always had different ways to capture them. And once you captured them, you got to read a small tidbit about their daily life or whatever. It gave the ghosts character. Some of these ghosts would even talk to Luigi and even try to help him. Now what? I have to fight this big-brained ghost only and I'm expected not to get bored? Come on! The one saving grace is at least the area boss ghosts are genuinely entertaining in their design and mechanics. But that's about it. Why couldn't we get like Lily, the agitated gardener living in haunted towers, or Joey, the hungry Eskimo living in the secret mine, or even Boo-Face, the notorious drunk dude? Want a job, Luigi? Later on in the game, it is revealed that Mario got captured by King Boo again and is now a painting. Again. But when Luigi is trying to teleport back to EGAD's lab, King Boo kidnaps him in an effort to turn Luigi into a painting as well. Then you fight King Boo, who is still obsessed with huge spiked balls, but whatever you're into, man. So you hit him with the balls, run through a psychedelic hallway, and rinse and repeat until you suck up King Boo. Luigi frees Mario, gathers all the pieces of the Dark Moon, and turns all the ghosts back to normal. And oh, look at the little deceased doggy! He lives with you at the end! Aww. Sorry. Anyway, not the hardest boss in the world, but anything's easy compared to... Okay, time to move on to Luigi's Mansion 3. Why did they call this one Haunted Hotels? Like, honestly, what the fuck? Luigi and the gang receive an invitation to stay at a hotel resort, run by the hotel curator, Helen Gravely, who is more of a thicky Vicky than I'd like to admit. Also, damn, Luigi gets to sleep with his dog, but Mario can't sleep with his pussy? So after having the endurance time of a teen watching porn, Luigi wakes up to see that the hotel transformed, and that Helen Gravely is actually working for King Boo. You know, you'd think that EGAD would be a bit more careful with a person that I can only describe as Hitler but deader. Luigi runs from King Boo, who is trying to turn him into a painting, again for the 3rd time. What the fuck? What are you, the fucking owner of the Louvre in France? And Luigi falls down the laundry chute. After falling down, Polterpup, like the helpful cutie he is, helps Luigi find EGAD's car, which has the Poltergust ready to go. Damn, after all that money Luigi gave him in the last game, I would've thought EGAD would've been rocking a Lamborghini Aventador LP750-4 Super Veloce Roadster, but hey, that's just me. After recovering his vacuum and dark light, Luigi saves EGAD from the painting he was trapped in, causing EGAD to begrudgingly agree to help Luigi traverse the mansion and save the rest of the Mario crew. You know, EGAD would really enjoy California's squatter rights. Okay, I just want to come right out of the gate and say this. This game doesn't deserve the right to look this good. Like, holy shit, why the fuck do these cutscenes look like something in a fucking Pixar movie?
Hey, what the fuck going on in my damn stomach?
Like, the designs of these characters are still the same as Dark Moon, but fed through a graphics card on Adderall. This game looks fantastic, especially considering the fact that this game is running on the Switch, which basically runs like a piece of garlic bread compared to the other consoles. But enough about the graphics. Does it actually fit within the Luigi's Mansion games compared to its predecessor? Using the analogy from before, if the first game was Courage the Cowardly Dog and the second one was Scooby-Doo, this game would be fucking straight out of nowhere Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. While the tone, music, and plot structure is more or less like the second, the actual skeleton of this game's design is much more like the first. The game is now separated into floors instead of missions, with a boss ghost on each one that you have to defeat. Each floor has its own theme, which makes exploring the hotel way more interesting to the player. Each boss ghost also matches the theme of the floor, like a maid on a suite floor or a mall cop in a shopping center. I'll talk more about these boss ghosts later because wow. All of this with EGAD's lab acting as the hub to return to at any time, like in the original game. By the way, if your electronic device in the first game was a Game Boy and the second one was a DS, what's the means of contact for EGAD in this one? V-Boy, are you gambling again? The gameplay, while being similar to Dark Moon, has been refined into something I can only describe with a noise. Now instead of sucking up ghosts with a suck boost, you now slam them into other ghosts to rack up combos. This mechanic makes it so much more satisfying to suck up ghosts. It lets you strategize how to deal with big clumps of ghosts in one easy slam! This also leads me to the next new mechanic, the burst, or as my 5-year-old brain likes to call it, the acts like a buffer if ghosts are coming too close to you, or even as a jump in some mansion puzzles. Speaking of, you also get a plunger? Hello?
Gmoney, my toilet plunger is missing. Do you know if Luigi stole it?
Nope.
Okay, let me know if you see it. Bye!
You're shoving that up your ass, aren't you? Figured. The money is the same as Dark Moon, being only coins, bills, and bars again, but to be honest, I think it works better in this game since the money is only used to find the main collectibles, plus some extra lives if you know, suck. Speaking of main collectibles, the gems and boos are back, and they're better than ever. The items you buy from EGAD are trackers, which, by the way, I guess we aren't going to talk about why EGAD is making us pay to get his boo collection, but whatever. Trackers for either a boo or a gem, making it a little easier to track them within the hotel. There's a boo on each floor, which you have to find in a specific room, and 6 gems which are scattered throughout the floor you are on. Since the game isn't linear like Dark Moon, you can collect these items at your own leisure, making it actually rewarding when you find a collectible instead of making you replay sections you've already replayed like in Dark Moon. Personally, I found all the collectibles without using EGAD's treasure tracking cum. Speaking of which, yeah, this was the purpose of 𝑳𝑰𝑵𝑗𝑖 being born. He's used as the means of solving different puzzles, and in this game, he even supports co-op that doesn't make the game look like a fucking flip book. It's genuinely a fun experience and makes playing with a friend way more enjoyable. So you guys want to play? To progress through the hotel, you'll have to find the boss ghost on each floor, defeat them, and retrieve the elevator button for the next floor. And oh my god, when we were all saying we wanted the portrait ghost to return, Nintendo listened, and then some. These battles are extremely fun to play through, and the personalities of these ghosts are awesome. It really does make me care about the main objective to actually have bosses with distinguishable personalities instead of the same ghosts with different colors. Now, if I were to talk about every boss ghost, we'll be here for hours, but for the sake of this review, I have to talk about the ghost that stood out to me in all 3 of these games. And that ghost is Director Martí. Luigi makes his way up to Paranormal Productions, the floor where all the hotel's infomercials are filmed. Side note, I also love the fact that every room in this hotel is actually practical as its features. So you walk up to Morty expecting a ghost ready to fight like all the others, but instead he's crying. Since the hotel isn't really being used as a tourist attraction anymore, he couldn't make any more infomercials. He starts saying that all he wants anymore is to see his megaphone and use it one last time, which after actually traversing the floor, you'll eventually get back for him. Once Luigi retrieves it for him, we expect him to see Luigi and be like,
"Oh jeez, this is the plumber he got to kill."
But no, he notices Luigi and says he's perfect for a role for a movie he wants him to star in, which is a kaiju-styled boss fight. But when you defeat Dollar Store Godzilla, he is thrilled because of how perfect the film turned out. He never wanted to hurt Luigi. In fact, when the movie is finished, he's so happy, he just gives you the elevator button and flies into the editor room to edit the actual movie. And guess what? You don't have to catch him. He'll just be in the editor room putting the movie together. And if you come back, he actually finishes the movie and you'll get to watch it. Like, damn, that's how you make a portrait ghost. And I know I like to go back to the Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby-Doo reference a lot, but come on! This story is literally just a Courage the Cowardly Dog plotline. A scared main character helps the scary force instead of running away from it and ends up making a new friend with the previously thought scary entity. Yeah, sorry about this. I just really like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage these cowardly nuts across your face.
After getting to the top floor, you eventually save Mario and Peach, but uh-oh, who would have guessed? King Boo's ready to trap them all when Best Boy comes and saves the day! Luigi. Then you fight King Boo and his signature Boo Balls. And after dual sucking his tongue, the hotel ends up collapsing. You would have ended up falling to your death, but Deadage the Deadly Dog saves you. With that, you end up saving your friends and help the ghosts rebuild the hotel. And guess what? There's a ranking for the new hotel at the end. And it's dependent on the amount of money you collected during the whole game. Thank you, housing market! And with all of that done, the gang returns home, and Luigi and Polterpup get a well-deserved nap. What the dog doing?
I'm back, baby.
Mamma mia.
What are you pussies reading? Well, that's unfortunate.
What's wrong?
The void was nice.
What? Give me that! No! No! I can't believe I'm fucking doing this. Okay, I got the game emulated. Fuck you if you have any objections to that. I got my Xbox controller. We're gonna get platinum on Boolossus. We're gonna. And if you're wondering, oh, why is there a golden statue if you've never gotten it on platinum? This is just random save data that I found online so I could actually access the actual boss. And then once we beat it, I'm getting that fucking painting and hanging it in my actual room. Nigga. I will go into the game, grab it with my digitized hands, and pull it out, and it will become real just for the fact of my sheer determination for it to be real. So let's do this, bro. Let's fucking do it. I just realized that I have no idea what I'm doing. So the actual requirements to get platinum is to basically beat them without losing 5 HP. But because I'm a fucking tryhard, I am gonna try to lose no HP. I'm still gonna fucking try, even if I lose like 1 HP and I have the rest. I'm still gonna keep going because I'm not fucking insane. I'm not gonna ruin my chances that much. But as long as I do not lose more than 5 HP, I am fine. Oh, okay, so I don't even have a chance to like fucking judge my surroundings. Okay, that's fine. Why did I do that? What was the logical conclusion? He was already following me. Oh, this is already going. This is going great. This is going fucking wonderful. This is going fan-fucking-tastic already. I can already feel this is fantastic. Is there like a quick resume? There's no quick resume. I'm putting save states on this. Fuck this. Okay, I set it up so all I have to do is press spacebar and it'll bring me back to this fucking... It'll bring me back to this screen. So we're chilling. We're fine. Okay, so now... Actually do this for real, alright? That was just a practice round, alright? I'm not gonna be that stupid this entire time, bro. I guarantee, alright? Now, we're not gonna fucking have this motherfucker suck up on it. What? What? Why is he so fast? Why is he so fast? Okay, third time's the charm, bro. Third time is the charm. I can already feel it. I can already feel it. Third time's the fucking charm on this one. Come on, you fucking piece of shit. Alright, see? Now they're not as big. So, look at that. That is so fucking small. That's the size of my nutsack, bro. Come on. Come on, bro! Shit, the fucking unicorn. Okay. Good. This is not going well. This is not going well. I literally, my camera froze. What the fuck did I just do? My camera froze, and my OBS froze, and then my whole computer froze, and then the second I unplugged and plugged back in my camera, everything worked again. So, wonderful. And not to mention, I also lost that round either way. So, that just... Alright. We got this. We got this. We know his tricks now. He literally possessed my camera to make it stop working. We're fine. I know the booze, they do the... Also, why... I think I'm sorry, I gotta change my controls real quick. I think it's literally making me... Yeah, I like my shit inverted. I'm an original fucking player, bro. I like my shit inverted. Just like how my cock is inverted and it's actually inside of me. I make a lot of cock jokes. I might be gay. Wait, is that it? Oh, there's one. Okay, this is the last one. This is the last one. These are the fuckers that get me every single time. Come on. Come here. Just literally come here. How hard is it to just come here and get hit? See, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Why is it always so hard for it to get hit? So stupid. Just hit it. I'm literally fucking blasting it in your direction. I did it! I did it! Yes! Fuck! Yeah! Yeah, you bet your ass I won! Whoa! Okay. Oh my god! That was too easy. That was genuinely too easy. I beat that in four tries. That is well, I hope you guys like underwhelming endings.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Well, I finally completed that son of a bitch!
Ay, patututan naman tato.
You know, after playing all the games back to back like that, I'm not really sure. About a year ago, I would have said Luigi's Mansion 1 all the way, but looking at all of it together, I couldn't imagine not playing any of them. Each one of them is designed differently, sure, but that doesn't make any of them bad. In fact, I would argue that it's better that I got to experience Luigi's Mansion in 3 spectacular ways. Like, sure, I watched Courage the Cowardly Dog way more than Scooby-Doo, but I still watched Scooby-Doo, and a combination of the two just means I get 2 great things combined into one. So in the end, if you were to ask me what's the best Luigi's Mansion, I really wouldn't have an answer, though I can definitely say it's not Dark Moon. So, if you have a 3DS and or a Switch, I would definitely recommend any of these games, especially the third one for one very particular reason.
Super suck, super suck, super suck. Yeah, it sounds scary and it doesn't give a fuck. It thinks you're too late to play his game. Did he even get no? Look at these fucking ghosts running amok. Looks like your ass is all out of luck. Medicine till you're paid, Luigi a buck. Then he'll give them a super shock.
Oh no! Sorry, Gmoney. The things I do for love. Oh!
That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario.